welcome to another session of chair yoga. I hope you're all healthy and looking after yourselves. I wonder how many of you have trimmed your own fringes like I have. I hope it's not too bad. So I miss seeing you all, but this is at least one way that we can have some connection, and thanks again to everyone at the Cancer Support Community for doing this for us and helping us to keep bringing these programs to you. So I want to start today, and we'll repeat this a couple of times during class, with some breathing exercises, since we really need to try and keep our lungs nice and strong. This would be a good exercise to do several times every day. And it's a breathing exercise that I've done with you before too. So I'm going to start by sitting up nice and tall. Let's just sit back, resting on the chair with the hands on the thighs. Let the elbows be relaxed and just let everything relax for a few moments. Just breathe your natural breathing, your normal rhythm. Just notice your body moving and how it feels. Where do you feel tension? Do you feel tension? And maybe you notice parts of your body moving, maybe you don't, that's all fine. Just your normal breathing pattern. Breathing in slowly and breathing out. So I'm going to try and do some exercises to have the diaphragm moving. So we'll start by bringing one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly. Now as you inhale, I want you to think of your hands being pushed forward. So as you inhale, breathing into the front body, and then exhale. Breathing in, lifting the chest, belly expands, and breathe out. We're going to continue doing that breathing, focusing on the front ribs and belly, moving out to the front. It's okay if your breath doesn't make you feel like this is a big movement. It could be very subtle and you may not really feel much movement at all. But just think about inhaling, lifting the chest, and the belly is relaxed and pushes out into the hands. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll do 3 more breaths like that. You can even bring a little tension to your hands so you get that sense of actually pushing against something and pushing back into the belly just a little bit, as though you're squeezing the air out of a balloon. And inhale and exhale. This time, I want you to bring your hand to your back. So I'll turn around just to show you where I'm putting my hand. So if it's bothersome for your shoulder, you don't have to do this. But maybe you could just bring your hand somewhere either to the low ribs or to the lower back. You can bring one or both hands there. I'm just going to bring one hand there and leave the other one on my chest just so it has something to do. But as you inhale, I want you to think about breathing into that back hand. Most of your lungs are at your back. So as we're breathing in, the back ribs can push out a little bit and then relax. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, you can sit back in your chair, and as you breathe in, feel yourself pushing into the chair a little bit. But for now, I'm going to keep my hand here. My palms facing out. Breathe in. Feel the lower back and the back ribs moving slightly, and relax. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll relax the arms. this time we're going to bring the hands to the side ribs. So not really at your waist, a little higher up, just as high as you need to go to feel some of the rib bones there. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed here. And again, you can do all of this without using your hands, but it just helps to have that little bit of physical contact. As you inhale this time, I want you to think about pushing into your hands. So pushing your rib cage out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. So inhale, feel the ribs pushing into your hands. And exhale, relaxing. Let's do a couple more in that direction. And again, you may not feel much movement in your ribs. Or you may feel a lot, or you might even notice that one side of the ribs moves a little bit more than the other because one lung is a bit bigger than the other. One more breath like that, into the sides. And then relax down, relax the arms. And we'll breathe in one more direction. This time we're going to bring the hands really high onto the collarbone and lower down in your belly, right towards your pubic bone. And as you breathe in, I want you to think about getting taller, keeping the shoulders relaxed, and then exhale and relax. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to relax. Inhale as though you could make a little bit more space between each vertebra, and slowly relaxing. Do 3 more like that. Inhaling to get taller, and exhale. So any of these breathing exercises you do, you could slow the breath or make it a little bit faster if that's more comfortable for you. And then relax everything. But just thinking of breathing in those different directions helps to expand the diaphragm a little bit. Think of a jellyfish, or I like to think of a pancake, stretching out and pushing down and then coming back in. So really trying to move it in all directions to make it more efficient. So this time we're going to come and bring our hands, just make a diamond around the belly button. Again, trying to keep the shoulders relaxed. You can sit back in your chair if that's more comfortable. Think of breathing in all those directions, so really expanding everything as you inhale. Front, back, sides, and then exhale, relax. Inhale towards the front, the back and the sides, and then relax. 2 more breaths like that. Out. In. And out. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. So if you could do those exercises, just 1 or 2 breaths in each direction, I think it would really help keep your breathing efficient. So let's get on with the rest of our class, and maybe we'll come back and do a bit more breathing later. Well, let the arms relax down by the side, sitting up nice and tall, finding that length, so some space between the rib cage and the pelvis, collarbones wide, and the chin is nice and parallel to the floor, and the top of the head is reaching for the ceiling, so we're getting a little bit taller. You come back to that breathing as you inhale, the arms lift. As you exhale, rotate the palms down and push down with some resistance. So creating your own resistance here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, release them down. Do 2 more simple breaths and reach the arms up and lower as you exhale. 1 more inhale and exhale. This time we'll reach the arms up through the center. We'll take a side bend over to the right. Inhale up through the center and over to the left. So if this is hard for your shoulder, you can always bend this arm. But if you can, reach it long. Inhaling up. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Nice and tall. and exhale. Let's do one more. This time we're going to hold it there. So we'll inhale through the center. Exhale over to the right. We're going to stay here. Try to keep the left hip heavy. You're going to hold onto the chair with that right hand. Reach the left arm up and over. Look down at the floor and really feel the breath expanding these ribs on the left here. Take a couple of breaths there. Try to keep your neck relaxed. One more breath. And then we'll come through the center and over to the left. So again, holding onto the chair with the left hand, keep that right hip heavy. Looking down at the floor, really focus on expanding those right ribs. Opening and closing with each inhale. One more breath here. And then we'll inhale up through the center. This time we're going to rotate and bring the arms down. Take a little twist to the right. Inhale up through the center. Rotate to the left and lower the arms. I'm going to sit forward on my chair a little bit here. Inhale up through the center. And we'll rotate to the right. Reaching the arms as you inhale and exhale to rotate. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, rotate, and we'll pause here for a couple of breaths. So that left hand can be on the thigh, right hand can be behind you on your hip or on the chair. So as you inhale, think of getting a little taller. As you exhale, maybe you can rotate a bit more. Inhale to get tall and exhale to twist. Maybe looking a little bit further over that right shoulder. One more breath. And we'll inhale, reaching tall through the center and twist to the left. Same thing here. Right hand can be on top of the thigh, pushing down to get you taller. And as you exhale, you can rotate. Inhale and exhale. One more, getting taller as you inhale. Exhale to twist, looking over that left shoulder. And as you inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bring them down through the center. And take just a couple of your regular breathing. And then we'll bring the hands down, sitting up tall. We'll just move our head around a little bit. So shoulders are relaxed. We're going to inhale, lift the chin towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly lower it. Take the whole breath to lower your head, looking down towards your knees. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. We'll do two more. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, moving slowly through the inhale. And slowly, as you exhale, lowering the chin. Last one, inhale to lengthen. And exhale to lower. And come back to the center and we'll slowly turn the head towards the right. Inhale through the center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right, just as far as you can without bringing tension into your neck and shoulders. Through the center and exhale to the left. Do two more to each side. Slowly breathing. Inhaling, getting taller. And then exhale to turn the head. One more, gently turning to the right. And to the left. We'll come back to the center. We'll make some little circles with the neck. So we're going to lower the chin, come over a little towards the ear, towards the back, and then down. So we're making these very small circles. We don't ever want to just have the head hanging off the neck. So always with some control. Let's do one more in this direction. And then we'll change directions and switch. do 3 in this direction. And last one. And then we'll come back to the center and we'll shoulder shrug up and down. And begin to make some circles, moving the shoulders forward and up and around. Feel the movement of your shoulder blades as well. So as you bring the shoulders back, your shoulder blades squeeze together, and then as they come forward, they reach apart. So we'll do a couple more in this direction, and then we'll switch directions and come down and back, and then up and forward. Last one. And then just make sure everything feels nice and comfortable. We'll breathe and move into our cat-cow. So we've moved the spine already in several directions. We're going to move it in one more direction. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest and the chin, arching the back just a little bit. The front ribs open out. And as you exhale, lower the chin, sink back into the chair, let the tail curl under a little bit. And as you inhale, lift the chest and the chin, and exhale, curling everything forward into a little forward fold. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, curling forward, bring the arms forward, the shoulder blades come apart, wrapping around. Inhale, making it a little bit bigger each time, rocking forwards on the sits bones, drawing the elbows back, shoulder blades together, and then exhale, curling the opposite way, tucking the tail under, reaching the arms long. Inhale, pull the elbows back, lift the chest and the chin, maybe reach the arms back a little bit behind you. And then exhale, curling everything under and reach the arms forward, really stretching through the arms. Inhale, pull the arms in, elbows back, arms back, shoulder blades together, lifting, and exhale, curl everything down. And then we'll stay here, bring the hands down to the knees, and take a few breaths here in child's pose. This is also a good time to take a little sip of water. So let's come into our feet. So I'm going to start by coming up on the tiptoes, and then rocking back and lifting the toes, coming onto the heels. So lifting the heels and then the toes. A few times like that. Rocking forward and back on your feet. If you can roll through the whole foot to do that, that would be great. So up on the toes as though you're wearing really high-heeled shoes. And then curling the toes towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch in the shin there as you do that. Lifting up onto the toes really high. Maybe feel some tension in the calf. And then as you lift the toes, stretching the front of the leg. So a couple of times. Up and down. And up and down. Good. We'll lengthen one leg and then the other. So a little bit of effort there, but just getting the clicks out of the way. And then we'll reach the right foot out and we'll point and flex. And point and flex. A few more times like that. Point and flex. And point and flex. And then we'll make some circles with the ankle. So try to keep the leg still and just turn the foot. You can always do this on the floor or on a block if you don't want to hold your leg up. We'll switch directions and circle it in the opposite direction. And then bring that leg down, give it a little shake. Let it just bounce around a little bit. And we'll do the left leg. So we'll reach it out. We'll point and flex and point and flex. A few more times. Last one. And then we'll make our circles. And you might notice that one ankle feels different than the other, or moving in one direction feels easier than the other. So we're going to switch directions now. 2 more. And then we'll bring that leg down, give it a little shake. We're gonna lift the right leg, reach it out, keep it long, bring it to the floor, and then bring it in close. Left leg up and out and down and in. So you can keep your hands on your thighs, or if you prefer, you could hold onto your chair, depending on the kind of chair you've got. So lift and lengthen and lower and down. Lift, out, down and in. Up and out and down and in. Last time in this direction with the left leg. And down and in. Then we'll reverse it. So slide the foot out long, lift it up, bend the knee in either towards the chest or just bending it low down and then lowering the foot. Lengthen the left foot out, lift it up, bend the knee in and lower. Let's do a couple more in that direction. Out and up, bend it in and down. Out and up, bending it in and down. Couple more. Up, in and down. Last one. Up, out and up and in and down. Then sit forward on your chair. Bring your hands to your knees. Use your hands to move your legs. So don't move your knees by themselves. Let the hands do the work. Just letting the knees rotate in and out a little bit. Just doing the work for you. Maybe you do one at a time. Just notice anywhere that you feel any tension after doing that leg work. And then we'll relax the legs for a little bit. I'm going to sit back in my chair and take a rest. And let's do some work with our hands. So we'll start with our fists and make some circles at the wrists. Nice and gently. And then we'll switch directions. And then we'll stretch the fingers out as wide as they'll go. And then curl them in. Stretch them out and then curl them in. So I'm doing this more slowly today. Normally we kind of stretch and close. I want you to think about them uncurling just the way a fern opens up and then curls down. Slowly curling out, one knuckle at a time if you can, and then curling in. 2 more like that, curling everything out and then curling in. And then we'll take each finger and try to touch it towards the palm of the hand. Probably won't all actually reach it, but we're just moving them in that direction. Trying to tap the finger into the center of the palm. A couple more times. And then our challenge for today is our Spock hands, for those of you that are familiar with Star Trek, right? We'll start with our palms facing out and we're just going to open up just like Mr. Spock in Star Trek and close and then open them and close. Good. So this time we're going to just move the index finger away from the hand. So it might be easy to do this one hand at a time. This is not easy for me to do. So there's one. There we go. Yay. And let's try that again. Open it. Once you've done it once, it might become a bit easier. Good. And then we'll come back to our Spock. So we move all 2 fingers. Good. And then this time, we'll try just to move the pinky finger and back. And out. Whoops. And back. So sometimes it's hard for me to move my pinky finger without my ring finger wanting to move with it. So you really have to focus here. Oops. One more try. And then give everything a little shake. Squeezing the hands a little bit. Let's just make a little, take your thumb and rub it around the base of the opposite thumb. A little massage. Like if this was a little chicken wing around the base of it there, all around that fleshy part of the thumb. And then we'll do the same with the other hand. I'm really doing this because my thumbs feel a bit sore, so maybe yours are too. And if they're not sore, this still feels nice to do. Good. Stretch the right arm out, trying to keep the shoulder down, let the fingers relax towards the floor. I'm going to take the opposite thumb underneath the wrist and bring the fingers to the back of the hand and gently squeeze that wrist. So we're just decompressing the wrist a little bit. You can wiggle the fingers. And then we'll turn the palm towards the ceiling and stretch that hand back towards you. Again, trying to keep the shoulder from reaching up towards the ear. And you might feel a bit of a stretch in the forearm here. You might not. I don't feel much on this side today. And then we'll release that and give a little shake. We'll do the other hand, pointing the fingers to the floor, giving it a gentle squeeze, trying to keep the shoulder down, wiggling the fingers. And then we'll rotate the hand and stretch it out. So every time you do this, you may feel the stretch in a different place. Keep breathing. And then we'll release that hand, give a little shake. And we'll come and do another breathing exercise. So some of you may have difficulty breathing slowly, so in which case you'll do this at a faster pace, but I'll count it, and if that's too long of a count, you can shorten it yourself. So we're going to breathe in slowly. Let's start by breathing in just to the count of 2. So through the nose, inhale, 1, 2, and we'll try to breathe out to the count of 4, and we'll breathe out through the mouth as though we're blowing through a straw. So in for 2, and out for 4. In for 2, out for 4. So let's see if we can lengthen that a little bit. So we'll start by breathing into 3. And let's breathe out to 5. Inhale. Exhale. Try that one more time. Inhale to 3. Exhale to 5. Good. And it's okay if you couldn't breathe out that quickly or slowly, or if it felt like if you feel anxious when you're doing that, then just breathe in a more normal way for you. This time we're going to breathe in, hold it for a little bit at the top, and then breathe out slowly. So we'll breathe into 3, hold for 3, and then exhale for 5 or maybe 6 if we can. You ready? Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Try that again. Inhale nice and slowly. Hold it at the top. Slowly exhale. Let's do one more. This time you count how long you want to do it for. I find it easier to breathe out slowly than I do to breathe in slowly. Hold it. Slowly exhale. And then we'll bring your breathing back to normal. Just for a couple of breaths. Good. So I am going to sit forward on my chair now, because my chair's a little high and my feet aren't quite as far onto the ground as I would like them to be. Let's just move the legs a little bit. So we're just going to swing them backwards and forwards. And then we're going to lengthen one leg out. So we're sweeping the floor. So it's a little bit of dust on the floor and just sweeping off the way with your socks. So out and then around. If you were a ballerina in your younger days, like many of us were, this would be like a rondinjon. So out to the front and to the side. So this could be very small if you like, or you can make it as big as you like. Let's do one more in that direction. And then we'll sweep in the opposite direction. So out to the side and then around and in. Out to the side and around and in. So I want you to rotate the leg out towards the side and bring it in. Two more. And one more. And then we'll do the left leg. So front and then around. And you might notice one hip has more mobility than the other. One foot can sweep better than the other. You're just moving gradually in that direction. Doesn't have to be too big. And then we'll reverse that. So out to the side and then sweep around. Out to the side, sweep around. See, you get housekeeping tips as well as yoga. And then bring it back in. And just take a little run of the feet. Make the people downstairs wonder what you're doing. Then we will. So for this, I want you to get your heel on the floor. So I'm going to have to sit really close to the edge of my chair. I'm going to lengthen the right leg out. But keep it a little bit relaxed, right? We're not really lengthening and locking the knee, but nice and long. Heel is on the floor, but the leg's pretty relaxed. I want you to rotate the whole leg out to the side and then back in. So it's like it's a windscreen wiper. So it's not just the ankle moving, the whole leg is rotating. So bring your right hand to the thigh and just help it move in and out. So make sure that thigh is moving as well. So the foot can be relaxed here. And then we'll do the other leg. So we'll bring this one in, lengthen out the left leg. And again, the whole leg is moving, not just, we don't want to just move the ankle. We've already done our ankle exercises. So this one, the whole leg is moving in and out, just a little bit. Good. A few more. Still keeping the shoulders relaxed. Last one. And then bring it in. This time, I want you to pick up your leg. You can either hold the knee on the outside here, or you can bring your hand underneath the thigh if that's more comfortable. I'm going to make some circles with the leg. So your arms are doing quite a lot of work here, making circles in one direction, and then we'll switch directions. And then bring that leg down, and we'll take up the left leg. So again, either hold it on the outside of the knee if you like that, or underneath the thigh. I'm going to hold this one this way just to show you. And then we'll make circles. Again, my arm's doing the work, the leg is relaxed. So if I let go, my leg would just fall to the chair. And then we'll switch directions. Keeping your breathing slow and steady if you can. And then bring everything down to the center. Let's take another sip of water if you have it. And we'll give our legs a rest. We'll do a little bit more work with our arms. So we're going to sit up nice and tall again. That collarbone is wide. Nice long spine. Arms are down by the side. I'm going to inhale, sweep them up. The palms face in. And as you exhale, keep the back long and sweep the arms back and lean forward. So like an airplane. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale. Or this could be like a downhill skier. Inhale, up and lift and exhale. Inhale up, sweeping down, reaching up, strong arms. Let's do a few more. This might get your heart rate going up a little bit. That's a good thing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, keeping the back nice and long so we're not curling forward, we're hinging at the hips. Last one, reach and exhale. And we'll sit up nice and tall, and that probably did get your heart rate up a little bit. So let's come to a child's pose just for a rest. Hands on the knees or the thighs, let the chin drop just a little bit and take a few gentle breaths here, slowing everything down. Breathing slowly. Two more breaths in, slowly through the nose. And if you can, out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Nice and slowly. Good. So we'll do a little bit of work on the core before we move on. So similar movement to what we just did. We had that nice long spine. We were hinging backwards and forwards. We're going to do something similar here, but we'll come with our hands to our heart center. As we lean forward, we're going to open the arms out to cactus arms. The spine is long here. As you exhale, lean back and bring the arms together. Inhale, forward. Exhale, draw the belly in towards the spine and close everything in. Inhale, forward. Exhale, think of everything drawing into the center and using these muscles to pull you in. Inhale to open. Exhale. Use that exhale to help you lean back without curling the tail under. A nice long spine. I'm going to do 3 more of these. Exhale, leaning back. You can always make them nice and small if that feels better, or you can make this as much effort as you feel like today. And back. And we'll sit up tall, we'll relax the arms down. Whew. So let's do some warrior and do a little bit of stretch for the front of the legs. I'm going to turn towards the side, move my block out the way, and the right foot is towards the side of the chair. Left foot is in the front. So you're at a kind of a right angle here. You've got a nice square shape. You're facing the right leg and the arms are down by the side. I'm going to inhale and reach them up into warrior 1. So nice and tall, long spine, and the arms are lengthened. So if your arms are high but your elbows are bent, then bring them down as low as you need to make strong arms. And then we're going to rotate the chest towards the front. Right hand is in front, left arm is behind. Look over those right fingers. Bring the left hand to the chair. Rotate the front palm. Lift it up and back. So we're in that side bend position again. Try to keep this shoulder relaxed. But again, think of breathing into these right ribs. Expanding them with each breath. Maybe you can look up at that hand. And then we'll come back to warrior 2. Sweep that arm up. Come to warrior 1. And we'll relax the arms. Maybe give the shoulders a little shrug. We'll come to one more stretch here. So we're going to hold onto the chair with the right arm behind you. Let this left knee drop towards the floor. So this may be as far as you go, that's fine. You're still firmly on the chair. And reach that left arm towards the ceiling. So think of a long line from this left knee to the fingertips. Reach reaching it up. And we'll take a side bend towards the chair and lengthen. A side bend and lengthen. We'll do 2 more like that. So bending towards the chair and reaching up. Exhale over the chair and reaching up. You can stay here, you can slide that left foot back a little bit further. You can have the toe tucked or untucked, whatever feels comfortable. And then we'll relax that leg in. We'll bring everything around to the front. Take a little moment in the center here. Maybe a couple of breaths. And then we'll come around to the other side. So this time the left foot is out to the side of the chair, right foot is in the front. Both feet are firmly on the ground. The chest is facing that left leg. Arms are strong as you reach up to warrior one. Keep breathing. And we'll bring the right arm down, palms face down for warrior two. So the chest is trying to face the front now, as much as it can. Looking over the left fingers. We'll lower the right arm, holding onto the chair, rotate the left arm, reach up and back. And this time we're breathing into those left ribs. If you can look up at your hand, that would be nice. If not, you can relax your head towards the front. And one more breath here. We'll come back up to warrior two. Nice strong arms. Sweep that back arm up into warrior one. And then we'll relax the arms down. And we'll find our Anjaneyasana on the other side. So holding onto the chair with the left arm, that right knee drops towards the floor. So you've got a long line from that knee up through the hip and the chest to the fingertips. So again, you can have the tops of your foot on the floor, or you can tuck your toes under, depending on where you want to stretch. I'm going to come over to the side and inhale. Exhale towards the chair. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale towards the chair. Inhale to lengthen. Last one. Over to the chair. And inhale. You can stay here or maybe slide that foot a little bit further back if that's comfortable. And then bring the arm down, bring the leg in. And slowly turn around to the front again. Sitting nice and firmly on the chair. Let's come into our pigeon pose. So we've stretched quite a lot of the legs. We'll just stretch a bit of the outside of the hips. We'll take the right leg first, sweep that foot out to the side, and we'll bring it into the ankle. Bring it out to the side, bring it a little higher. And then a little higher still. Now, if you can bring it up and over the thigh. If that's not comfortable, you could either rest it on a book or a block or a stool and let that knee rotate out. Or you could have it simply resting on the floor. So we want to sit up nice and tall here. Equal weight on the sits bones. Think of this knee as reaching towards the floor. I don't want you to really push it down, but think of that action rather than curling it in. So a nice tall spine. This right foot is flexed, so the toes are pointing back towards the shin. So you may already feel a stretch on the outside of this hip. You might feel it on the inner thigh. If you're already feeling that stretch, then just stay there. If you want a little bit more, you can hinge forward until you feel a little resistance, and then you would pause there. And breathe. Trying to actively relax into the hip. use your exhale to soften. Keep breathing. Maybe as things soften, you can deepen a little bit. And we'll slowly lengthen. I'm going to keep this leg on top and cross it over. So again, if you are not comfortable with your legs crossed, you can keep this foot on the floor. Bring the left hand to the top and lengthen. So we're never going to pull on this to twist. We're going to push down to get tall. Reach the right arm out and sweep it around, all the way around to the back. So you can leave it out there, you can relax it down to the chair or your hip. Inhaling, getting taller and rotating. You're going to stay here with your chest facing towards the side and slowly turn your head to look over to the opposite shoulder. So looking towards the left, staying nice and tall, and slowly turning the head back, looking over that right shoulder. We'll begin to unwind, letting go of the neck and the shoulders. We'll take a little twist to the opposite side. And we'll come back to the center. We'll bring this leg to the floor. Let's just pause here for a moment. You can close the eyes. And just notice any changes you feel in your body or any differences you feel from one side to the other. And then we'll come into a pigeon on the left side. So foot out to the side, you can bring it to the ankle, sweeping it a little higher, and then higher still, either to the floor or across the thigh. Left foot is flexed, equal weight on the sits bones. And again, just notice here if this feels different than the other side before you even move. And you can always hinge forward. So never go through, if something feels painful or really tight, just ease off. Only go until you feel a little bit of resistance. Keep breathing. Just gentle breaths. One last breath here. And we'll slowly come back to that neutral spine. Let this leg come across or bring the foot to the floor. Right hand is on top of the thigh. Pushing down to lengthen. Sweep the left arm up and around. Looking over that left shoulder. Again, you can keep the arm out or you can bring it down to your hip or to the chair. Getting taller as you inhale and maybe rotating a bit more on the exhale. We'll keep the chest facing this direction but slowly turn the head to look over the right shoulder. And then we'll slowly turn it back to look over the left shoulder. And we'll slowly unwind the head and the shoulders. Take a little twist to the opposite side. And come all the way back to the center. We'll lift this leg and bring it down to the floor. Give everything a little shake out. Let's come into one more breathing exercise. The same one that we did at the beginning, just to remind you how to do that so you can practice it at home. So the first breath we're going to take is focusing on the rib cages moving forward and back. So we'll do the front and back at the same time this time. So you can bring one hand to the chest and belly, or you can bring one to the chest and one to the back, whatever you feel comfortable with, just to bring your consciousness to the direction you're moving in. So as you inhale, expanding into the front ribs and the back, and then exhale, let it all relax. Inhale, front and back, and then relax. 2 more like that, moving into the front and the back. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands to the side. So I like to bring my thumbs behind, but if you're more comfortable just resting the thumbs on top, you can do that too. So just finding those lower ribs. As you inhale, think of moving your rib cage out to the side, pushing your hands away. And as you exhale, everything collapses. Inhale, expanding sideways. And relaxing on the exhale. 2 more. Out to the side. And lower. Inhale. And relax. And we'll move in one more direction. One hand on the collarbone, one hand lower on the pubic bone. If you could breathe into your spine, this would be it, lengthening. And then relaxing. Inhale to lengthen. And relax. 2 more. And then we'll bring the hands to the belly in a diamond. Shoulders are relaxed, and think of breathing in all those 6 directions, front, back, side to side, up and down. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in and out. In and out. Last one. And then we'll find a comfortable way to sit for your Shavasana. So sitting back in your chair. So if you have something you could rest your feet on, that would probably feel nice. Otherwise, find any way to rest your feet on the floor. Hands can be on the thighs, but bring the elbows back a little bit so your shoulders are relaxed. You can close the eyes and let the chin drop just a little here. And we'll focus first on everything we sense around us. Maybe you can hear the wind outside, or a dog barking, or the heating. Just notice what's around you. And we'll slowly begin to bring the focus just down to you, into the breathing. So we're not breathing in any special way, just your regular breath, and just observe it. Let your thoughts come and go. If you have a random thought come into your head, just acknowledge that it's there, but don't dwell on it. And come back to focusing on your breath. So the only job you have is to notice what happens when you breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in and out. If your mind wanders, bring it back to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. In and out. And begin to notice the sounds around you. The feeling of your feet on the floor, your hands on your thighs, the feeling of the chair under you and behind you. Begin to make some small movements, wiggling the fingers and toes. Be circling at the wrists and ankles and turning the head gently side to side. Just beginning to wake up the body again. Maybe reaching the arms overhead for a big stretch and yawn. And bring everything back down to the center. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths. We'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, but with a big sighing sound, so an audible sound. Inhale.